Oh, can I get Thomas in there? Does he fit? Ah, that's much better. Well, hi there. Yeah, you know I look at a lot of toys on YouTube. This toy here was excellent. It was one that I bought for my daughter for her birthday. We had it on display in the house, and I thought to myself, well, maybe I'll come down and do a review of it. My children really enjoyed it, but there are a lot of toys that I look at which never make it to review. And I know you're going to ask me, Leo, are you a Daphne or a Velma sort of guy? I'm most definitely a Velma sort of guy. Well, on the table here is a great big variety of toys. A lot of these didn't make it to review, some of them did. And in this video I'll show you basically where these toys end up going. A lot of people ask me, wow Leo, what do you do with all the toys that you get that go through your YouTube channel? Well, this video is going to answer that question. Some of these toys are very cool. I love My Busy Books. I'm in the process of doing a whole number of reviews about these. There's so many different varieties of these. And there are some other toys which are basically complete and utter fails. This is like a knockoff Hot Wheels set that I paid far too much money for. And in the end, I didn't go ahead and do a knockoff review around Hot Wheels. So what I'll do, I'll take these toys out to the back of my car to take down at the charity shop, and I'll have a few final words to say about some of these toys. Well, these are going, I'm actually not that keen on the way baby branding is headed. I'm a Mr. Potato Head fan, but I don't quite like the mashups like this. And what I tend to do is put my channel name on these toys when I go to the charity shop, and then maybe someone will get a little surprise if they work out who sent the toy down to the shop, and also put a little smiley face, just to be cute. I can't even remember buying these toys. All I think I remember was they were cheap, but they've just sat around and I've done nothing with them. I think the charity shop deserves them more than me. Well, these are My Busy Books. They're some of my favourite books. Some of these I understood, some of them I didn't. This one was my son's, but he's sort of grown too old for it. I think all the characters are in there. And this has been the favourite I've got so far. These are about a $10 item in Australia. I bought this one in Costco, Australia. The SpongeBob one has Karen. There. Now, I thought that was rather dandy. There's a pretty good rendition of SpongeBob there. And that snail, I've forgotten his name. It's a great My Busy Book. It's one of the best. SpongeBob. I remember these Creo Battleship sets. Sometimes they were a bit ritzy in price, other times, well, they were on special. I think they were fairly popular, although I really wanted to get the Star Trek ships are about, not the Battleship. But what I didn't like about this set here, and I know Beanmaster 22 did a review on this, was the fact it says this right here. Product does not float. The Battleship which doesn't float. That's no way to win a war. Yeah, so I was going to get into like a Hot Wheels Dark Side. This was a $10 set I found in Aldi Australia, although I don't think it's really a direct rip-off of Hot Wheels. It's just like a clone. Bit tricky, isn't it? When you sort of say Dark Side and rip-off clone, what is what? And this is another rip-off set which we had a look at before. Goodbye. Good riddance. Someone else can enjoy them. Quixels, this is a toy I looked at in 2015, I hope. Pretty good toy, but there was lots of this that I didn't show on my channel. And in the end, it sort of just sat around the home. That's the drying thing, but we just put ours out to air. That was the way we dried our Quixels. Gleebies, or whatever they're called, GBs. You say the name, I can't. I bought one of those sets for my daughter, I think it was last year. She loved it. This is another set that I bought, and I thought I was going to do a review of it, but then I didn't, as you can see. And Beatos. We didn't get into that, although there is part of a Beatos set underneath there that we found in the charity shop, and I thought I got that from the charity shop and I added that to it, but it ended up just sort of sitting around the home. Do you know this set here, it's like build your own internal combustion engine. I bought this at Aldi. I was going to build it up and do like a video like the jet engine one I did a long time ago. As you can see, that never happened. I'll give it down to the charity shop, but I think that looking at motors like this, it's almost like looking at dinosaurs, because my belief is the internal combustion engine is on its last days. Quite a few people said to me, Leo, take a look at Playmobil. It's a little bit tricky for me to buy at a good price. I did find this fire engine at Aldi Australia. It was $39, that's $1 or $40. As you know now, well, I didn't look at Playmobil, did I? So I think it's best to send that one to the charity shop. I'm still working on a very, very extensive and complex Lego Dark Side video. I found these very crazy, surprising, what do you call it? They're brick toys with candies. Very strange. I think it's better off at the charity shop. They've sat in my workshop for far too long. It's just rubbish toys in there, I'm sure of it. I mean, I'm actually tired of looking at rubbish. Well, there's so much of this sort of rubbish, it's not funny. I'm more interested in the knockoff Lego that is really, really close to the bone and is just identical to Lego. I think you've seen one rubbish toy and you've basically seen them all. I've always got time for take and play Thomas stuff. My boy has sort of grown out of this. I did buy these sets. As you know, they never came to review on my channel. Lots of other toy reviewers covered these, and I think I'm just adding to the fog if I add to this. For some reason, this one, the Cranky set's missing the Thomas. I'd like to send it down to the charity shop. Let's do something really nice with this set. I think if I added the gold Thomas into that playset, it's going to make it into a totally awesome Thomas & Friends custom set. It could be a bit of a challenge to get Thomas in there single-handedly. Can I do it? Can the gold Thomas fit? Ah, yes. Ooh, that makes for one very, very stunning custom Thomas & Friends playset. Oh yeah, it really makes for a nice set, doesn't it, like that? Maybe I'm giving Fisher-Price some ideas there to jazz up these little sets. And it's going to make a very nice gift for someone who peruses the local charity shop in my part of town. Well, here's a Mega Bloks set, Need for Speed. I think I purchased it at the Reject Shop for $20. Maybe I should have put in the video I'm going to do about the Reject Shop, but hey, I've just been laying around for far too long. It's weird, I never saw it in conventional stores in Australia, so it's going to the charity shop. Another one here, it's a remote controlled, basically knockoff Meccano, the best way of saying it. It was at Aldi, it was a $49 toy or $50 toy down to $25. So I picked it up cheap, but I don't know. I just think I would have been wasting my time looking at this on my YouTube channel. I think the fact that it had the sort of cheap remote controlled unit and base was what sort of hauled me in, but in the end I think it's better off going to someone else. Do you know the Smurfs? Well, we're not going to know them because I'm not going to look at them. This is the Smurf value pack. I found it at the Reject Shop, I think. I was going to do like a knockoff video of the knockoff Smurf stuff versus this. There's actually a real toy here. And I just thought, I think I'd actually be wasting my time, so it's better off at the charity shop. That's the real toy. And also, I'm a bit of a glutton for picking up stuff that's sort of semi on special. There's, you know, $39.28. What a stupid price. Let's call it $40 be done, guys. Came down to $19. It's a Tomy toy, little remote controlled doodahs. I don't know if you can see them, or it's all locked up in there. But I think I've just had too many of those in the house, so it just sat round, I never looked at it. It's better off gone. Okay, a whole bunch of smalls, a real mixed bag here. Skylanders Mega Bloks set. Nah, don't want to know about it. This is Enlightened. I think it's a knockoff of Lego Knights. Like I said, I can get into Lego sets, or should I say knockoff Lego sets, which are verging on identical to what Lego do. I don't think they were. Wait to see some of the stuff I've got, which I will show you. Enlightened stuff. I was going to look at military sets, but I just thought there are other people out there doing it better than me, and I think you can find much better brick military sets than that one. This is knockoff. I can't stand these nano brick sets. I'm sorry. You need, unless you've got the patience of who knows what and tweezers and no, don't do it for me. There's another one there. It's a knockoff. Okay, Best Lock. These sets in Australia were selling for $1 a pop. So for $1 you were getting 1, 2, 3 minifigures, plus it was making something up that looked like something Star Wars-ish. Shouldn't say like that, should I? $1. Okay, so may end up being the cheapest minifigures around. I think the initial price is $6 because no one bought them, then the price just dumped. Okay. They sort of getting pulled out of the knockoff Lego video as well. I don't know, my son went to a little school fair thing and he won that on Pluck a Duck. Notice it never got opened. More Enlightened little brick sets here. Don't want to know about it. I don't know what that is. Who knows what that is? You can tell me. What is that? More Enlightened little brick sets here. I really don't want to know about that. What's that one? Like a little space shuttle, little baby space shuttle thing. Looks sort of semi-nice, but I don't think it really is. Some other brand name, it's not Enlightened, it's something else, but it's a knockoff little helicopter. There's a lot of this stuff getting around where I live. You've got to know where to look for it. And it's basically dirt cheap. Be the best way of saying it. It's sort of clone-ish. I call it clone-ish Lego. Okay, clone would be the nicest word to say. And thinking of, yeah, just brain attack, what is it, Hero Factory thing. This guy here, picked it up for reduced price, was basically $10 for a Hero Factory guy like that. All that is going to the charity shop. Okay, for some nice big items that I've jazzed up and looked after. This one I've still got the box. It's the Castle Quest set. I'm keeping Thomas, but I will strap James onto this. The whole playset is in there. How much did I pay for this? Let me just get a reminder here. $124 in Target Australia. It's one that I actually did a review on, and I actually quite like the set. But the problem with these playsets is this. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a great playset. It had all that Jeopardy in it, didn't it? You remember it? But what I don't like is there's quite a few specialised pieces in there. So this is the spiral that comes up to this other very specialised piece. It needed a trick wagon to trigger all this, and that was a trick wagon there. That's in the set. That PC could incorporate into a nice flat set easily, and this is another tricky piece here that would be a little bit difficult to incorporate into a normal playset. And maybe another way of saying it is overall in this playset there's actually very few standard Trackmaster parts. Sure, there's some nice tricky parts, but there's very few standard parts. Well, in this box here is the Risky Rails playset. Do you remember that one? What I've done is I've added Percy into it. I've only kept the facade of the box, and I can't remember why. It's the one with the blue track, Blue Mountain Mystery Story. The playset looks like that when it's made up. Again, like the Castle Quest playset, it has a lot of very, very specialised parts. I've still got the constructions here, so hopefully someone can work this out. I know you're wondering, yes, I've still got the little tricky wagon and the boulder. I tend to be very good with my toys and not lose parts. Thomas has been stripped out of it, but what I'm going to do is add in Percy. Yay, Percy. Percy's going to go for a run. I hope this finds a nice new home. Don't get me wrong, excellent standalone playset, but not many standard parts reside inside this one here. So there it is, all in the back of my car. It'll be great to get this out of the workshop and find new homes for children this Christmas. I've got a whole bunch more stuff for the charity shop, but there's a video I've got to get out, and it's one related to the reject shop. I found this toy here. It is the earlier version of Chuggington, as in the Learning Curve style. $35 for this giant playset. It's one of the last bastions of Chuggington in Australia, the reject shop. Let this drop. Whoop! Ooh, ouch! Just hit my foot. And all the toys on the table there, and it's quite remarkable, have all come from the reject shop. Now I'll do a video about these toys, and then I'll get all this stuff down to the charity shop. Apart from little tiny bits of this and the pit I'm going to keep, it's that amazing Transformer toy there I picked up for $20, but it's a story for another video. So I'm down in my local charity shop, and all the goodies that I had in the back of the car have been delivered. I think it's extremely important to show that. And guess what I got for my delivery? A nice surprise! Aha! I've got another. Check out Thomas. That one's going to my collection, and I'm really happy to have this one. It's going to a really nice home. In the charity shop, there are often large checks up there showing who they've helped out. The Hornsby Burrell men's shed at $310. This is the sort of quality items that come through the shop here. That's actually a watch, and they sell it for $8. I always like the Thomas the Tanks myself. Clothes are some of the most popular items, but I often see ladies in the suburb going through the jewellery here. There's all sorts of stuff in here. A lot of it's nice quality. It's all very, very low priced. It's funny, I often see clowns up here. I'm not looking to mirror this clown here. Lovely clown for $8. Maybe you're into dolls. Some lovely dolls here, and there is another one. If I pan across that way, there's a beautiful doll. And here's a little bit of trivia from the charity shop. There's tons of books in these places, and I actually know there are some titles that come here in multiples. A couple of years ago, the Da Vinci Code was very popular, but of late, the title of which comes in the most, and I bet you if I look here, I'll find one. Aha, I think I can see it here. It's this title here. That is one of the most popular titles through the shop. Another bit of hot property in the book department is the Mills and Boons books. These are actually 2015 titles. It's for larger print. Crikey, that looks a bit raunchy. You won't find me reading those, boys and girls. There's even a lovely selection of ladies' underwear, and quite often I see men perusing through that area. How about this for fun? It's a Disney 8 Favourite Stories Deluxe Storybook collection for boys. What about girls? The girls get left out of this. It's all these books in here. And how much would this be selling for in this shop? There it is there. $2.50. In fact, right next to that is a bit more Disney gold, if you're into Disney stuff. Look at that Finding Nemo double bed quilt set. Wow, but we all want to be finding Dory these days, don't we? And here's a whole bunch of toys which have just arrived. There's some mighty good stuff in here. Now remember, I look at the rubbish piles in my area, and I often see good toys like this thrown out in the rubbish piles. I mean, look at that. Super fantastic. Some Nerf guns there. Some remote control cars there. Apparently, it's all good. The lady and the son came in to deliver it. It looks pretty good. Games like this are often in the charity shop. Mousetrap, the classic game, sells for $3 there. Oh, look at this one here. It's Toothless. This is one. I've actually got this toy at home. Never looked at it. It's the one that breathes the steam. Okay, so that's one of the very cool Toothless toys. It's just been delivered by someone else to the charity shop. We're getting to actually a nice little story here, if I can get Bill down here. Monopoly Junior is another great game. Battleship there, that's a bit of an older classic game. I remember that one from when I was much younger. Whatever that one there is, I don't know. You know, the war game? Maybe we don't need to know, but here is what I'm getting to here. Now this one here, Mario Kart Wii, this is actually something that I delivered to the charity shop before. I know that because there is my little signature there, and a family has used this and returned it back to the shop. And I think that's the best thing about how these shops work. That's the way that it all goes round in circles and makes everyone happy over and over and over. The local charity shop, it's a Lions Club charity shop. It's a symbiont relationship between me and that shop. They collect for me some amazing Thomas & Friends toys like you wouldn't believe. My collection is enormous because of this shop. I feed to them as many of the good toys as I can back into the shop. And there's a whole bunch more toys around. Of course, I'm going to get the reject shop toys down to them. There's a whole ton of stuff there, hopefully before Christmas of 2015. And I do everything I can to support this shop. My saying is charity begins at home, and that means locally, and that shop raises a lot of money for very needy people. That's very important to know. I better leave this video here. As always, thanks for watching, and twist the camera the other way. Bye for now.